Welcome to class. I'm excited to practice with you today. We're going to be doing a little bit more of a seated flow as well as some work on our knees. So I want you guys to start in a comfortable seat, however that looks for you. Once you get there, make sure to remove that excess flesh, root those sit bones down. Your next inhale is going to inhale, lift that spine up a little bit taller. One more inhale here as we lift those shoulders up towards the ears. And then exhale, rolls them down the back. Allowing that space to open in the front of the body, across the chest and the heart. Breathing here. Go ahead and close down those eyes. And use that breath to bring you into the present moment. To bring you into the body, into the heart, connected with the soul. Leaving behind any worries, any fears, any things that still have to come within your day or have already happened. Let it go. And for these moments, let's stay present together on our mats, knowing that this practice will serve us not only while we're practicing, but as we carry it through our day and through our life. To just notice your breath. Don't change it or adjust it, and absolutely no judgment as well. But notice it. Where is it today? For myself, I'm noticing that my breath is a little short and a little shallow, and it's sitting high up in my lungs. It could also, for some of you, be deep and long and coming down into the diaphragm or the belly. Where we're at, let's begin to focus the breath and to move the breath. So start to deepen it, taking the time to pull it down low into the diaphragm. So those inhales, belly expands, and on those exhales, the belly comes back in. If it's in your practice, you can begin to cultivate that ujjayi breath, where you kind of tighten the throat muscles, bring the tongue to the roof of the mouth, and it's more of an ocean sound, constricting that throat. Still breathing through the nose. And the next inhale, inhales hands to the heart. And take a moment to set an intention. And beyond setting the intention, embody that intention. It's not something that you'll reach or attain one day, someday, today. Right now, be that. Whatever it is. And know that you choose in each moment how you show up and ultimately who you are. So who are you choosing to be in this moment and the moments to come? And take a moment to gently bow down to that God being within you, within each of us, and within all things. A deep honoring and a recognition. Inhaling back up to center. exhale, release those hands down to the knees. Now you can choose here to keep the eyes opened or to close them. And we're going to just start with some movement in the body and in the spine. So leading with your heart, we're going to rotate forward here. And those exhales are going to round us back. And really feel. And that's why I encourage you to close the eyes so that you can be inside the body here. Feeling what you need. Maybe that means you're going back and forth or you're holding in one place a little longer than another. Take this opportunity to find any organic movements that your body may need right now. One more rotation and then we'll switch directions. And notice and be honest if now that we've brought a little bit of movement, if you have forgotten or left that intention behind. And if so, without judgment, just simply re-embody it. It's easy in stillness to hold intention and to be present. And that's what yoga offers us, is the opportunity to practice within movement, to be in the moment, to be intentional in the moment. Let's do one more full rotation on this side. And then inhale back up to center. Place the hands in front of you and we're going to walk the spine forward. We're going to come into the hips. Make sure that you keep a nice length in the spine here. So we don't want to be rounding. Just bring your attention and your breath into your hips. You'll notice whichever leg is on top. It's the side that you'll be feeling the sensation in more, and in just a moment we'll switch those legs. You can hear my little friend here shaking and making her blanket perfect. 2 more breaths. Your next inhale engages the core as you lift back up. And we'll switch those legs out, so whichever leg is on top or in front. And we'll return to that nice tall spine. And then on that exhale, once again, we'll walk that spine forward. Nice and extended here. Into that hip that's on top or in front. Most likely you are going to feel more sensation on this side because we have a tendency to sit one way more often, and typically the way that we start is how we normally sit, and so it's really important in your practice to switch which leg you have in front and which leg you have in top, to make sure that we're stretching and using our muscles evenly on both sides of our body. One more breath here. And that next inhale, as we engage the core, lifts us up. And since we just switched these legs, we'll do a little bit more seated work here to make sure that this hip is open as much as this one is. So our next inhale inhales those arms up tall. And our exhale, we're going to twist over to our right side. So if it feels right, this left hand can be palm up so that this shoulder stays nice and open here. And this right hand is behind us as support. Our core is engaged. It's actually our core that's doing most of the twisting here. So with a nice tight core, And trying to keep the belly to facing forward and engaged as we bring the upper body back. The neck can look, it can stay forward, it can go to the side or back, but really not straining the neck. We're not neck twisting here, we're spinal twisting. And so the direction of the neck is not as important as the engaged core and this nice, beautiful, tall spine that we have here. One more breath. And then your next inhale, inhale those arms back up to center. Exhale, twist us over to the left side. Again, that right hand palm facing up, it feels right. Nice open shoulder. That core is engaged and it's supporting as we lift that spine up tall. And we bring that beautiful twist into the body. Checking in with that intention again. Doing our best to embody it as we move through our practice. Along with holding that beautiful steady breath. Maintaining, not holding it. You definitely want to keep breathing. One more breath here. And that next inhale, inhale, both those arms up to center. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the palms to touch and we're going to pull the energy in the hands down into the heart. And then take a moment here. Gently release those hands, and we're going to take those feet to touch here and come into Baddha Konasana pose. Butterfly or cobbler's pose. Pulling those feet in, those heels in towards the groin. You can take the hands behind you if you want and lift the spine up tall, or you can clasp the hands around the feet here. Let the knees fall out wide, however that looks for you. On the next inhale, inhale that spine up even taller. And if you'd like to move a little bit deeper into the hips, you can lead with the heart as you extend forward here. Continuing to maintain that beautiful breath, that deep breath that keeps us tethered to this present moment. When our focus and our awareness stays on our breath, we don't have as many wandering thoughts in the mind. And that's why the breath becomes one of the greatest, if not the greatest tool that we have in our practice. Continue to breathe. Continue to embody that intention. And on that next inhale, engage the core as we lift back up. So we are going to do a little bit of our hips here. So let's start by just making sure that we have nice and open hips. We don't want to force them into a pose before they're ready. So let's take the left foot and bring it to the elbow here. And kind of wrap those arms around the leg as if it's a beautiful little baby. So keep that tall spine. And we're going to just gently rock this hip left to right and bring some movement here. When you're ready, we'll release that foot back down and you switch sides. Coming into the elbow, and if you don't have space for that, you can hold that foot with the ankle. The leg can be out here. You know your body, so listen to it and respond accordingly. And then keep that beautiful tall spine as we move here, just finding some gentle space being created in the hip. Alright, gently releasing that foot down. We're going to take our knees to the mat, or our feet to the mat here. We're going to take our left foot, and we're going to bring it underneath the body. We're going to do our best to have that knee pointing directly forward in front of us. And this heel is sitting next to the hip, but not under the hip. We're not going to be sitting on that heel. Keep that tall spine, and then let's cross this foot over. You can stay here if you want, but we're going to make our way into Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So keep walking this leg out as much as you can. The ultimate is that we want these knees stacked over each other. This takes time. This takes years, most likely. So some of you guys may have a lot of space here, and that's absolutely fine. If you do notice that the right hip is pretty high up off the ground, feel free to place a blanket underneath to give yourself a little bit more support there. So we're going to breathe into these hips, make sure they're tall, that spine remains nice and tall. And if you'd like to go a little bit deeper here, on our next inhale, we'll inhale that spine up even higher. And on the exhale, we'll lead with the heart as we extend forward. Continuing to breathe here, a nice steady breath as we move into these hips a little bit deeper. Beautiful steady breath. Continuing to embody your intention that you set for your practice. A few more breaths here. Chloe, sweetheart, stop vacuuming. And then engage that core as we inhale and lift back up. Preparing to switch sides. So bringing this right leg underneath, knee to face forward, left leg on top. Again, doing our best to try to stack those knees. Inhale that tall spine. And again, you can stay here. For many people, this is absolutely enough. But if you'd like to move deeper, you can lead with the heart, and on an exhale, you can extend that heart forward. Continuing with that steady breath. And noticing if there's any thoughts arising, just let them pass as quickly as they came without attachment or judgment. That's a huge part of this practice, is quieting the mind and allowing the mind to let us simply be here. The mind is an incredibly useful tool, but that's what it is. It's a tool, something for us to use when needed, not to be run by it. And that's one of our biggest tricks today, one of our biggest tests and practices, because our minds are so incredibly active, because our worlds are incredibly active. And so it can be difficult to turn that off. And that's where that breath comes back in, and that breath guides us and keeps us present in the moment. One more breath here. And then engage that core and inhale, lift back up. And we're going to come into a figure four, or a tabletop position here. Bring those hands underneath those shoulders, wrists right under the shoulders, knee under those hips, hip width distance apart. And we're going to take and we're going to step this left leg forward here. So I want you to make sure, it's really important, that the knee stays over the ankle here. So we don't want this knee extending beyond the ankle because that's actually really hard on our joints. So make sure that this knee is right over the ankle. Hands can come to the hips if you want. This back toe can stay tucked or you can release it. And we're going to breathe as we allow ourselves to come forward here, coming into that quad on the right leg. Breathing here. Beautiful. You can bring the hands to the earth. Bring that weight back. And we're actually going to flex this foot now on this left foot. We're going to bring the weight back and we're going to come into the hamstring in the back of the leg. Breathing here. That next inhale lifts us back up as we come forward one more time. The hands can stay on the earth or you can bring them up to the hips, whatever feels right for you. Re-embody that intention if it's left. And stay with that powerful breath. And make sure that we're really actively pressing into this left foot here to bring support to the body. One more breath. And that next inhale inhales us back up. Hands can come to the earth as we extend backwards again. Allow those hips to come back. Flex this left foot as we breathe into the back of the left leg. Alright, and now we're going to take this left leg and we're going to bring it back where it started. And we're going to switch sides. So really set that left leg underneath that left hip, nice and aligned. Bring that right foot forward. Hands can stay on the mat or they can come to the hips. As we shift that weight forward, come to the front of the kneecap if you can. Breathing into the quad now on this left leg. Pressing that right foot into the earth. Making sure we have a lot of support and stability in this pose. And really do your best to relax on the front of that left leg. And you'll notice the more you relax, the more you will gently kind of slip a little bit deeper here. One more breath. That next inhale inhales us back up. Again, hands can come to the earth if you'd like. Flex that right foot and bring those hips back as we come into this right leg, into the hamstring here. Nice, steady breath. Chloe's dreaming. She's the noisy one today. Nice, steady breath. Next inhale, we'll come forward again. Again, the hands can stay on the mat or they can come up on the quad or up on the hips. But really make sure that the knee does not pass the ankle. It's okay if it's behind the ankle, directly on top. We just don't want it to move beyond. Continue to breathe here. Shifting that weight back. Coming into that last one on the right side, flex that foot. And even here, we don't want to be rounding down. And if you have blocks, you can find your hands on blocks as well. Nice, steady breath. Hands in front as we bring that right leg back, and that's coming to a child's pose, so those knees will come wide, toes will touch as we shift our weight back, heels, and those sit bones coming towards each other, extending those arms out long, bringing that forehead to rest on the mat. Bring these arms into an active position as we lift the center of the hand up and we press those fingertips into the mat here. So these arms are really engaged, the elbows are lifted, they're not resting. We're pressing in and we're going to feel that engagement all the way through the arms into the shoulders. The next inhale lifts us back up. Bringing those knees under those hips again. And we're going to come into an extended puppy pose. So it's really important that the hips stay over the knees in this and we're not coming forward here. We're not dropping down. So we're walking these hands out in front of us. And if you have this space, you can bring that forehead down to the mat and as that chest comes down to the mat. Keeping those hips right over those knees. Breathing here. This one can get intense pretty quick in those arms, so just stay with that breath. Beautiful, steady, life-giving breath. On your next inhale comes inhale. We're going to shift forward a little bit as we walk those arms back up. And then let's come down on our bottoms. Extend those legs out in front of us. Flex those feet. Remove that excess flesh as we root those sit bones down. Only a few more poses today. And when you're ready with that beautiful extended spine on your next inhale, inhale, arms up. Exhale, lead with the heart as we extend forward. Making sure there's a gentle bend in the knees. We're never locking those joints out. And those hands can fall wherever wherever they land. Really breathing into the hamstrings here. And as the body creates space, feel free to move into that space that you're creating. Two more breaths here. And then that next inhale, engage the core as we lift back up. And we're going to do a little bit of a core before we move down onto our backs. So we're going to come into boat pose. So you can start by taking the hands behind the knees, the feet are flat on the mat. And we're going to just gently shift the weight backwards as we lift those feet up. You can keep the hands here if you need a little bit more support in this pose, or you can extend those arms out long. Noticing that the closer the knees are to the chest, the more we're working our thighs here. But if you pull those knees further away, we're going to come into that core. We're going to find more engagement there. Really make sure that back is extended and long. We're not rounding here. We're lifting that heart up and through those shoulders. We're going to be here for 5 breaths together. Beautiful. Shift the weight forward. Set those feet back down. Windshield wiper the legs to the left and to the right. Releasing the lower spine. And then we're going to make our way down onto our backs. Walk those heels in towards the fingertips as we prepare for bridge pose. Make sure those feet are hip-width distance apart. And when you feel ready, press the hands and the feet into the earth as we inhale. Lift those hips up towards the sky. You can stay here if you want, or if you'd like to add a shoulder opener, you can kind of roll those shoulders under the body, clasping the hands. Pressing those hands into the mat. Continuing with that beautiful steady breath that you cultivated and have carried through your practice today. More breaths here. And that next exhale releases everything down. Bringing those knees into the chest, gently rocking side to side. Then we're going to set those feet back down for just a moment as we shift the hips over to the right, knees back up as we bring them over to the left. It's coming into a supine twist. A nice spinal twist on the back. Extending those arms out into a T, or you can keep the hand on the knees if it feels right here. Really important is that we keep that right shoulder rooted so that we're not bringing any harmful twisting into the spine here, but it's nice and supported. You want to come a little bit deeper. You can focus on stacking that right knee directly over the left knee here. And you can also shift the gaze over the right shoulder. One more breath here. engage the core. As we inhale those legs back up. Bring the feet to the earth for a second, shifting those hips to the left a little, knees back into the chest as we bring them over to the right. Really making sure to root that left shoulder blade down. And continue with that beautiful steady breath. And if you feel like you've lost the breath or it's jagged at all, you can come out of the twist a little bit. And then again, if you'd like it to come even deeper, you can try to stack that left knee on top of the right. And you'll feel how that definitely deepens the twist. And then settle in here. Settle into your intention, settle into your breath, settle into the moment. Engages the core as we inhale, lift back up. Bringing those knees into the chest, gently rocking side to side. And then we'll make our way into Shavasana, so set those feet down on the earth. Extending those legs out long, allowing those hips to fall open, those feet to fall to each side. Shoulder blades are coming under the back, palms facing up on those hands, taking up space here. Beginning by letting go of the breath. And then moving into the muscles of the body. Letting go of everything in our feet, ankles, calves and shins. Letting go behind and around the knees. Letting go of all the muscles in the thighs and the quads. Letting go of the hips, the groin, the abdomen, the side body, across the chest, shoulders, all the way down the arms to each one of those fingertips. Letting go of all the muscles in the neck, jaw, releasing that tongue from the roof of the mouth. Letting go of everything in the cheeks, around the eyes, between the eyebrows, across the forehead and all the way down the scalp. Completely surrendering, completely letting go, knowing that you are held and you are supported in this moment and all moments to come. noises come. Not allowing them to distract you, but just allowing them to be a part of what's happening now. And then, when you're ready, slowly start to deepen the breath. Bringing gentle movement to the fingers and the toes, the ankles and the wrists. And if and when it feels right, extending those arms above the head, taking a full body stretch from the fingers to the toes. And then making your way onto the left side of the body. Coming into that fetal position. And taking a moment to feel the support of Mother Earth below you. And receive anything from her that you're needing in this moment. Maybe her love, her strength, her compassion, her support. Whatever it is, breathing it into your being. Knowing that that's the truth of who you are. Knowing that every single one of those feelings and abilities is always available to you. And as you breathe this into your being, feel yourself becoming lighter. Feel yourself becoming more you, more who you are meant to be. And as you feel complete, slowly lifting back up and returning to that comfortable seat. Inhaling that spine up nice and tall. Keeping those eyes closed down. The next inhale, inhales those hands to the heart center, bringing balance to your being. And on your next inhale, inhaling those hands up to the third eye center. Bringing balance to your point of clarity. And the next exhale, exhales those hands to the lips. Bringing balance to your words and balance to your truth. And the next exhale, exhales those hands back to the heart. Bringing balance to your love and balance to your heart. And from this place of balance within me, I recognize, honor, and appreciate the teacher, the light, and the divine within each of you and all beings. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. And remember that everything that you cultivated today is available to you always. So doing our best to carry that intention as we continue to move through the day, to continue to carry that flexibility, that strength, and that presence. Knowing that all of these qualities are the truth of who you are.